Ancient Egypt is a place of wonder. For years people have looked at the Great Pyramids and wondered how ancient man achieved this incredible feat. It's fair to say that the ancient Egyptians were way ahead of their time, being able to create incredible structures that have stood up to the test of time, being able to read the constellations to an incredible degree of precision, and create giant monoliths that outweigh some of our biggest modern day machinery. This ancient society is seen as the cradle of human civilization, and the advancements made by the ancient civilization of Egypt are unmatched. Not only have their developments puzzled and astounded researchers and archaeologists for decades, but every year more and more information comes forth, showing the incredible might and prowess of their ancient culture. It's no wonder that more out there theories have been put forward to try and explain how they did it. Egyptologists and scientists don't believe that the ancient Egyptians had any help, and that they were gifted enough to have achieved this all on their own. Going back several years ago, an interesting photograph was captured on a live camera that was pointed towards the pyramids. Upon closer inspection, it was noted that a large sphere-like object could be seen hovering above the ground. The object looks to be an almost perfect circle, and doesn't look like it could be a smudge on the camera. Not many people have seen this photograph, and so it's been hard to track down what camera this came from, but the story goes that it was a random live camera that allowed people at the time to view the pyramids. One of the first websites to feature the image uploaded it back in 2009, with people being confused about what had been captured. UFO researchers were very happy when this image started to make the rounds online, as for years they've believed that the ancient Egyptians had help when it came to the construction of the pyramids. One UFO researcher said the following about the image. The fascinating thing about UFOs is that they come in all shapes and sizes, and this shaped UFOs often being labelled as the orb or the sphere. Different theories have been presented to explain what the purpose of these objects are, but most who have looked into the phenomenon have said these objects act as a type of drone, scanning areas and flying up close to things as if they're inspecting them. Once they've done this, they can usually be seen making a quick exit." End quote. For years, these strange orbs have been witnessed by people across the planet. One of the most interesting accounts of these orbs comes from that of the mysterious Skinwalker Ranch. The family living here started noticing glowing blue balls moving across the property. The balls gave off a crackling sound, seemed intelligently controlled, and could either hover or move unbelievably fast. One evening the family watched as a blue ball approached one of their horses. The light hovered within a few feet of the horse's face, which spooked it immediately. From a distance of 10 feet they then shined a flashlight on the blue globe and it retreated. It then approached one of the family members as if inspecting them. They described it as a glass ball about the size of a baseball, which appeared to contain two blue fluids which intermingled with each other. This is what people think was captured in this image. Staying on the subject of ancient Egypt, researchers have looked into the accounts of higher beings, and said that ancient Egypt changed when they claimed to have got assistance from the gods. All throughout Egyptian mythologies are references to their supposed gods, assisting the early Egyptian civilization by providing vast amounts of untapped knowledge about the universe, as well as providing gifts to humans to assist with further endeavours. One of the biggest pieces of evidence for this intervention pertains to the establishment of the first Egyptian civilization that centered around the creation of agriculture and specialized craft. Many Egyptologists and archaeological researchers believe that prior to the development of large cities, the early Egyptian people lived in scattered and small tribes all throughout the region. This did not change until, strangely enough, there was an introduction of what would come to be the basis of the Egyptian religious practices, which essentially meant that the majority of the breakthroughs in agriculture, urban development and a unified government did not begin forming until after the Egyptian religion was established, which presumably played a key role in these developments for the early civilization. Interestingly, assistance in agriculture can be found when looking through Egyptian mythologies in reference to gifts provided by their gods, such as that of the domestic cat. According to the Egyptian mythological record, the domestic cat came from the Egyptian gods as a peace offering, after the goddess of the sun Hathor transformed into Sekhmet, of which is physically represented by the cat species, and went on an unending rampage against humanity. The domesticated cat was supposedly genetically modified by the Egyptian gods, and this was in order to be seen as the most perfect companion for humanity in its times of need. Fortunately enough, it turned out to work perfectly, as the sudden appearance of the domesticated cat allowed agriculture to flourish in ways that had never previously been seen. This was due to the fact that the domesticated cat would eat the vermin that would otherwise spread diseases in the city, ravage the local crops and eat stored grains. Scientifically speaking, even more has now been understood about the feline in our modern era, with scientists uncovering that the cat's purr is at a specific frequency of which allows rapid cell growth and healing in both humans and felines in the case of traumatic injury. Interestingly, it's also been found in the archaeological record that the domesticated cat, for reasons completely unknown and not entirely understood, did not appear in the fossil record until the establishment of the Egyptian civilization and a rising in that region, which helps to provide the additional proof necessary to enhance the claim that the Egyptian civilization benefited by their incredible connection with advanced beings they claim to be their gods. So what do you make of this interesting photograph that was captured on a live cam? Do you think it shows one of these mysterious orbs? Also, what do you make of the ancient Egyptian civilization? Do you think they received help that allowed them to achieve what they did? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.